Hey guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4, and we're going to be here in Brands Hatch using the BMW M1000 RR. And of course, you may or may not know, I have just been in Brands Hatch. I've been posting a lot of pictures and videos on Instagram, but I do plan on covering the full vlog, which I did just a couple of days ago in Brands Hatch, so stick around for that. But with Brands Hatch and BMW being very strong in my mind right now, because of course I've been with the Ride 4 BMW sports team, which we're trying to encourage players to enjoy Ride 4 at the track, and also encourage players to make a start on Ride 4, and also working some big things in the future for Ride 4 and some sort of competition. So stay tuned for a lot more information. Of course, still keep on playing Ride 4 as well and honing your skills, because you could very well need them very, very soon. But anyway, long story short, we're here in Brands Hatch using the BMW M1000 because this is what I was using at the track. We were getting riders to come in and play, getting players to come in and give it a chance, and we used the M1000 right here. Now this weekend I couldn't seem to beat my lap time of a 1:20.084, so I'm hoping today is the day where I could finally beat that, being back home on my PC playing in 4K 60 rather than playing on the PS4 at a woeful 1080-30 or something. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but already into the first lap it's a 1:21.221, so I'm pretty certain we can do better than that. And we'll probably change the tyres around, but for the time being, going into Druids for turn 2, nice and tight to the apex if we can, and gentle on the acceleration just to make sure the wheelie doesn't come up too strong. We are running an anti-wheelie of 1 in this time trial today, and 0 traction control enabled. So this is what we're going to be running in today's Brands Hatch video. But now into Surtees, a little bit wide there, not looking too promising, but we still should have a decent acceleration coming out of the corner and going into the next part of the track. Of course, probably the most toughest part, going into Hawthorne Bend and then improving into Westfield, into Dingledell, and then up into Sheen. So let's see what we can produce as we go nice and tight to the apex. Beautifully done, really tight to the apex of turn 6. Get the bike into the middle of the circuit. You don't want to be going wide there. Firm on the brakes here for the right-hander for Sheens for turn 8. Nicely done. Now can we just eclipse the apex once again into Sterling's? Not bad. It could have gone a little bit tighter, but I'm pretty happy with that for now. This should certainly get us back into the 120s, which was close to what I was producing at Brands Hatch itself in the Ride 4 BMW trailer. So bringing on the power across the line, we will go any moment now, and it's a 1:20.628, so we can certainly improve upon that, but getting the feeling back for the high refresh rate and my own controller is a certainly nice feeling. So we now go up on the approach to Druids for turn 2, very tight to the apex, really tight, gently bring on the acceleration, brake nice and early here into the Graham Hill bend, a little bit wide, but still within track limits, so that's good. Braking here now for the left-hand side. Going to be very careful with that front tyre. We're currently running a medium front and a soft rear, and you can see the front is getting a little bit toasty right now. Not so much as the rear. I think the rear seems to be pretty confident with, so maybe the soft rear is the option, but medium front, I do want to try the soft front, but I do feel that could be a little bit too soft, but we'll try that after this lap here, because we're going into the Westfield bend nice and wide there a little bit, but we're still okay, still relatively in the centre of the track as we now brake going into turn 8. Whoa, very close to the apex once more, but now firm on the brakes, keep it into the left hand side. Slightly too late on the brakes there. You've seen us just miss the apex completely there, losing a good chunk of time, but firm on the brakes after the Windows 11 sign into the Clark curve. Looking like Jason O'Halloran was going for a lunge on Tara McKenzie there as we went up into the final corner, but across the line it is going to be an improvement to a 1:20.391. So now the tyres have changed. We are running the soft front and soft rear, and you can already see with the soft front, it's already warm. I don't think this one is going to be the tyre to use, but we are going to certainly try it for at least 3 laps to see what we can produce. But onto the left-hand side, going into the Graham Hill bend, down by a tenth and a smidge as we just keep the bike in track limits there, ever so close, as we now brake really firm on the brakes for Surtees for the left-hand side. Keep it in. Keep it into the left, bring on the power, small wheelie there from the M1000 RR. Of course, the winglets on the M1000 is doing a great job, but unfortunately this time around too eager upon the acceleration, but into the Hawthorne bend we'll go, keeping it onto the right hand side of the tyre, straightening the bike up and then braking at the first braking marker. To the right we'll go for the Westfield bend, keep it into the centre of the circuit, go a little bit wide there and you will regret it as we now go firm on the right hand side once again for Sheens, not as tight as I would have wanted, but braking early now, trying to go for that apex as the bike slides. Really finding the M1000RR likes to slip and slide around the track. This is what lost me a lot of time last time around when we went into Donington Park for the national circuit, but now to the right hand side, keep it really tight as we just slip the rear ever so slightly again, but across the line it's going to be an improvement to 1:22.38, so another solid lap time, but we're not quite there in the 1:19s just yet. So braking very firm now for Druids, little bit wide here, but take a look at the difference in the acceleration coming out of the corner. If you want to try the wider line to Druids, you certainly can, but I think I prefer the tighter apex. But bringing on the power and getting right behind our transparent friend, we might have a chance. But look at the front tyre. The front tyre is absolutely glowing. Trail braking into the left hand side for Surtees is the point of no return for that front soft option tyre. This is going to be very fascinating now into the final sector of this track, as we now go into sector 3. Red hot front tyre. Braking early just at the first braking marker for the Westfield bend, running it a little bit deep, get the motorcycle into the middle of the circuit once more, and then brake uphill going into Sheens. We're still very close to the Ghost here, as a matter of fact. We might actually improve even with the tyre absolutely glowing as we go to the left hand side once more for Sterling's. Bring on the power, be careful of just touching the outside of the track there. Oh my lord, that was a scary moment, kicking the smoke screen up behind us by touching the dirt. Hearts in mouths moment, but we are still very close to improving. We aren't going to improve on this lap, but it's still impressive that the soft option tyre is still going at this speed at this stage of the time trial. So pretty good so far with the soft front, but now braking firm into Druids. Keep it in nice and tight. I do prefer this sort of angle, and then gently bring on the throttle before you get to the next corner. But now bringing it into the left hand side, we are ahead. A tenth and a little bit goes DrAce into the first sector. Braking firm now for this. Oh my goodness, look at that front tyre. I'm practically just gently tapping the front brake at this point now and just gently putting a little bit of pressure on, because that front tyre is not going to last. I'm very curious now to see if we can even improve with this one. We're still pretty consistent, but I don't think it's going to be an improvement. It's going to be so difficult to now get the braking right going into Sheens and beyond. In nice and tight to the apex. Oh, scary moment going too tight to the apex of the Westfield bend, but now into Dingledell to tackle the corner. Careful of touching the outside of the track. Yep, the front tyre isn't. No, we can't use the soft. It's going to have to be a 2-lap sprint with the soft option, and I think that's it. You can't do any better with the soft option front tyre. So let's change back to the medium front and give that a chance. But I'm quite confident with the rear. Leave the rear at soft, but the front, let's go for medium. So coming into the final corner, get across the line, it should be another 120 lap. So brand new tyres have been fitted, the medium front and the soft rear. So let's see what we can produce going into the Paddock Hill bend. And I will tell you, this part of the track is so steep in real life. I had a privilege of walking around the track and just seeing the angles of this track and how deep and how steep those little bits of drops and corners are is absolutely breathtaking. I'm sure you're going to see some pictures very soon which I took here in this fantastic circuit. But now to the left for Surtees, nice and smooth on the acceleration coming out of here. We'll try and avoid the wheelie. We are up by a few tenths of a second to the Ghost behind. So coming down this big long straight as we go firm on the brakes at the 75-metre braking marker. Keep it in nice and tight, keep it in nice and tight. Bring on the acceleration, brake at the first marker and keep it in nice and tight once again. So into the Westfield bend, we have a wonderful chance here of improving the lap time. Is it going to be a 1:19 for the very first time here in Brands Hatch? For me, DrAce, as we now brake firm into the left-hand side, really tight to the apex there, but be careful upon the acceleration coming out to the penultimate corner there, and now into the final corner. Keep it in nice and tight into the Clark curve, run it ever so slightly deep, and then get the cut back, bringing on the power, bringing on the acceleration, and across the line it's a 1:19.555. Excellently done. We have the 1:19. Going to try for one more lap and hopefully we can improve, but at this point I'm pretty satisfied with the 1:19. The one 02 that we had in Donington, of course, was a very impressive lap time that got us to the top of the timetable. But here, I don't think it's going to be possible because I've seen already some extremely quick lap times here for Brands Hatch. But honestly, I'm just happy to get into the 119s for the very first time here in Brands Hatch with the M1000RR. But now bringing on the power, we are actually ahead of said go, so this could be an improvement as we now go to the right hand side for the Hawthorne Bend. Not as tight as I would have liked, but upon the acceleration we got a bit of a wheelie there, but braking at the first braking marker, we have lost touch with the Ghost. Now it's all going to be down into Sheens and then into Sterling's to improve, but to the right we'll go. We have actually closed in pretty nicely there, as we've got to get the braking marker right here for the penultimate corner as we go into the left hand side. A little bit of a touch there up on the rumble strip, and I think that's going to be it. We can't improve from this point onwards, I don't think. It would be an incredible final corner to get that right, but unfortunately it isn't going to be an improvement, but nonetheless I'm very happy with the result. So guys, those are my 8 lap times on screen right now. Certainly could be improved, but I'm quite consistent and quite happy with the pace I've had, so I guess it's down to you guys then to try and beat the lap time of a 1:19.555 set in this video here today with the M1000RR. So guys, thank you very much for watching as always. I hope you enjoyed. Good to be back making more videos, and I will see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.